Bridget and Jeremy, congratulations on Patty Cakes.
Thank you.
Massive success at Sundance. When you first wrote it, did you expect it to do this well and then to even screen at Sundance?
Absolutely. I was thinking it was going to be even better, bigger than Star Wars. It was going to be the next great American epic. No, it was, this is like a small neighborhood story that you don't know if anybody is actually going to relate to it or not. So the fact that people got on the frequency was an incredible thing.
I've heard you call this a Valentine to the women who raised me. One, why? And two, what do they make of it?
They love it. I think I haven't asked all of them, all 9 mothers of mine. But why? Because I felt like there was a type of woman that I hadn't seen on screen before. I guess I felt like there was a void, and I don't know. I was raised around strong, tough Jersey women, and like my dad is the winningest high school girls basketball coach in New Jersey, and so I grew up around these sort of supercharged superstar female athletes, and like they were like my heroes growing up, and so it just seemed like, well, why not? Why can't one of them be a rapper? I don't know, something like that.
Bridget, we love you in everything we've seen. We've seen Inside Amy Schumer, your raunchy cabaret acts. So shocked, pleasantly shocked, when I saw you pop up as Barb. Completely different to what we're used to seeing you doing. When Jeremy said, I have the perfect role for you, Bridget, what were your initial thoughts?
Oh, I was like, no.
Really?
Really. Not because I didn't want to be in a movie or get the opportunity to act or whatever, but it was just because I read the script and I was like, this somebody that's really talented should play this as a dramatic actor. But Jeremy is just like, come to Sundance and let's just take the pressure off, and we're all in this together. And it sort of made it feel like a commune or something, like it just felt like it wasn't as big a deal as I was trying to make it. So it was a very big deal, but you know what I mean? Just let yourself off the hook and see what this is about. And I'm so happy I did. Because he gave me an opportunity to do something that I didn't think I had the ability or ever would have the opportunity to do.
What I took from this film is don't conform. Let your differences rule you. How did you make your differences work for you in what can be a very fickle industry?
Do it yourself, and that's... I always thought if you were going to be a filmmaker that you had to go to do a bunch of schooling, almost like trained to be a doctor or something like that, and then like you need to know every technical nuance of what you were doing, and it was always very intimidating because there's so many people that you have to collaborate with. And then I had friends that were making films themselves. They were finding people off the street and just getting cameras and making these beautiful films. And I realized, oh, Jesus, you can approach it like putting a band together. You find like-minded people, you get together, you just sort of find the chemistry, and then you can make something. And without waiting for, obviously you need to knock on doors and scare up a few dollars, but once you have that and you know what you want to do, you kind of hole up and make it yourself. That's for me, that's the big thing.
I love that. Love that attitude. But, when you're waiting tables for 25 years and you did start off as a musician, like you took the long route to get here, I'm sure you've had so many people going, you're not going to make it. What are you doing? So many roadblocks.
Yeah.
How do you move past those roadblocks? How do you go after 25 years of waiting tables, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going.
For me personally, I remember somebody said to me, just jump off a cliff and take a chance on yourself. And that was the first time I heard it. Do you know what I mean? My mom has always been super supportive. She's like, there's something special about you. You're going to make it. But when you're, putting on your apron and here's the specials, it's hard to remember that. But I think for me, I just at one point in my life, I just cut out everybody that wasn't lifting me up and was not part of the push forward. And when I did that, my life changed immediately. So if I had any advice to anybody, I'd be like, trim the fat and get the haters out the way.
That's good. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Copyright that
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Bridget, I've heard you say movies are fun. I thought they were BS at first, but now I want to make more. What made you change your mind?
Jeremy.
Oh, what is it about Jeremy?
Jeez.
It feels like when you do I think there probably are like, Jeremy just didn't feel intimidated, and I mean that in the best way. He definitely knew what he wanted and was super clear and visual, but also really smart and then generous at the same time. It was like the perfect first time experience. I would hope that for anybody, but if that's the way it can be, then I'll keep seeking people like Jeremy out, because it's not a bad way to make a living.
Jeremy, Danielle MacDonald,
Yes.
an Australian,
Yes.
not a rapper,
Not a rapper.
had never
No.
featured in a film before.
Yeah.
She read the script and she says to you,
Yes.
I need to be very straight with you. I don't rap, I can't do a Jersey accent, and it's so cool, I want to, but there's all this stuff that's not me. So she
Right.
says all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and you still go, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's make this work. What was it about Danielle that you just went, she's it?
It's a sixth sense, I guess. It's what I had with Bridget. It's what I had with Sid, who plays Jerry. I knew these characters so well, and they've been living in my head for so long. And you're kind of searching the world for them, you know, and they're very hard to find because they're very specific. So when you see your imaginary friend in real life, you're like, whatever it takes, we're gonna get there. And then if Danielle was a horrible person and had no, you know, she's so talented and she likes to downplay like her natural musical ability, even though she hadn't done anything musical. If she had no sense of rhythm and like couldn't internalize what I was trying to, maybe it would be a different story. But like she had the raw essentials, so I wasn't going to give up on that.
And she worked her ass off.
And she's the hardest working person that I've ever met. I mean, and I can tell, there was something about her that she had the right attitude and the right foundation. So, yeah, I felt more comfortable working in the studio with someone and getting the music out of them than the reverse. Like if I had a musician that I had to turn to an actor,
Yeah.
that would scare me.
That's the Aussie in her. I just want to put
Yeah.
that forward.
Yeah.
And just finally, with the success of Patty Cakes, will we be seeing a sequel?
Oh, Jesus, that's too early, too soon,
You're not saying no.
Anything could happen. Anything. We might do Barb, the high school years. We might do, yeah.
Can I be in the flashbacks?
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll be like Howard Stern. I'll just play Barb.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like in private
CG,
parts, like
exactly.
okay.
Right. It's like.
Do you know what? I'm looking forward to anything you guys
Thanks.
do. Thank you so
Great,
much
thank
for
you.
this.
Thank you. It's a treat.